Red Stone Resources is primarily a mineral and lease aggregation company that targets growing plays and aggregates acres and then packages them up to end buyers or institutional investors or private equity.
We take a look at all shale plays in the country, and we go in and we aggregate minerals, and we also aggregate not leasehold to participate with the majors in the country.
We're in the Marcellus Shale, but we're also in the Permian Basin. We're in the Scoop and Stack. We're trying to make an impact across the entire United States.
Red Stone Resources is unique in the sense that it's able to go all the way down to the ground and work with the individual mineral and lease owners. But at the same time, we're able to bring the kind of science and technology and intelligence to the business that only larger companies typically can.
I think the science is the main factor that contributes to our success. When you know the science and you know the rock, you can actually buy with a certain amount of confidence. And you can buy where nobody else is drilling, knowing that the drilling will get there eventually.
Our science team is probably larger than any company that's in this side of the business. We have a mixture of GIS mappers, geologists, and engineers. We will have 1 or 2 meetings a week where all the consultants will come in. We'll spend 2-3 hours at a time, and we will study various areas all over the country.
Me as an engineer, I work with a geologist, and we evaluate the rock underneath the ground, and that helps us understand what we think the value is once those minerals are drilled.
So every time we see a prolific well in a certain shale area, we take a look at it, we study the rock all around the area and figure out where the core area is. Then we aggregate the minerals. For example, the Scheffler well in the Stack that came out from Newfield. It was over 1,700 barrels a day. We looked at the rock all around it. We bought the minerals, and as we aggregate thousands of acres, almost 40,000 acres, we sold to different entities, private equity funds. And we take a look at the same thing in all the other different plays. So anytime there's a prolific well, whether it's the Permian, whether it's the Haynesville, whether it's the Bakken, we study the rock around it, and we apply the same methodology.
We've got an acquisitions team, we've got a leasing team, we have several oil and gas attorneys, so we're able to handle probates, quiet titles, curative issues in-house.
What we like to do is bring in qualified legal experts in the title department. That gives us an edge against everybody else because we know we are getting the right answers. We know that when we're verifying our title, it is verified in-house, not from a third party.
The data is out there. It's just a massive amount of data to pour through. And so we're able to have the engineering resources, the scientists, the engineers, the geologists, to be able to amalgamate and aggregate all that information, do that in-depth analysis, and then have the large enough teams to deploy both acquisition and title to execute those plans.
I think that we have really driven leaders, and that's the truth. Oil and gas seems to be something that has been around for a long time and sometimes gets a little stuck in its way, and they're looking for these new opportunities where a lot of people aren't looking.
Our culture is about merit. People that work hard, that are talented, that are creative, that are selfless and try to do more for the team than just themselves.
Everybody's very passionate about what they do. We always work very hard. We always try to get ahead of the curve of the industry, and we look for avenues on how to do that. And everybody specializes in their department to do that. And we enjoy what we do.